Hello, beautiful people. Hi. It's so funny because I feel like it's been a while, but to you guys, it's not been a while. Because of the fact that my videos are scheduled. So first of all, I want to say, because sometimes people get confused and I'm trying to be better about it. The videos that I post that you guys see, most of them are pre-recorded, usually weeks in advance. Like, most of them are pre-recorded. So by the time you guys see them, you know, you guys are like this is what you're doing right now, and it's like, no. Except for when I make the live videos. The live videos is like right there, right now, you know how that goes. So I wanted to make this video. I feel like this has been sitting on my heart heavy, and there has been a lot of people who have come to me and has really, you know, poured their heart out to me and asked me genuine questions. And if you're also that person, you can reach out to me. I'm always up to have a conversation or to make somebody feel better about their situation. I think this video is gonna be a two-part series because I just have so much to say, guys. Like, is this new? Diamond always has something to say. So I have my phone here for my notes, and I have my drink here because I need to stay hydrated. If you guys want an update on, you know, my pregnancy and stuff like that, please go follow DNH Adventure. I am now, what am I, 23 weeks, so we're halfway there, guys. Like, I want to get this over with. I still don't have a midwife. I do want to give birth at home. I want a complete natural birth. We'll get into that at another time. But if you are a Tanzanian or you're in Tanzania and you know a midwife that you like, please contact me here in Arusha. Please contact me. This is a baby bump update. So I'm still really tiny. But you know, as the time goes by, the bump gets bigger. Okay, so first I want to say, as a disclaimer, this is my experience, this is my advice, this is my opinion, as pretty much every video that I make. It's always, you know, my side, my opinion and stuff like that. But I can speak from, you know, a married woman who married a Tanzanian, and I also feel like a lot of these things that I will be discussing, it's not just for Tanzanian men or Tanzanian women. You can apply this everywhere and for your whole life. You understand what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not a relationship expertise, but I am a person who has been, you know, in a relationship before, so I can speak from my experience. So the first thing that I want to get into is expectations. Expectations is such a big thing, and aligned with expectations, you know who you are. Okay, it doesn't matter what type, it doesn't matter what race, what gender, like, it doesn't matter who the person is. First, you have to know who you are. And I feel like this is where I have messed up in the past, is I have not known who I am. And my biggest problem before was that I've always tried to do everything perfect. I swear, I just, like, that was my life. I was like, I want to go to school. I don't want to focus on relationships. I just want to focus on my career and all this stuff. And then when I actually got into a relationship, I didn't know who I was, so therefore I allowed another person to step all over me and tell me who they were, and I allowed that. So taking that time out to know who you are, what you like, what you don't like, you know, all of these things, it really makes a difference. Like, it really, 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 truly makes a difference in the person that you will attract. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, your spiritual connection is absolutely real. And if you are attracting these type of people, then maybe you need to start reflecting on who you are. You know, are you learning from your mistakes? All of these things. So that's the first thing. What I will say is that Tanzanian men or Tanzanian women, whatever you would say, to me, in my opinion, is no different than dating anybody else. And the reason why I say that is because you're gonna find people all around the world with cultural beliefs. You're gonna find people all around that has certain masculine roles. You're gonna have, you know, so you can't say all Tanzanian people are gonna be this way. Every Tanzanian man is gonna be this way. Every Tanzanian woman is gonna be this way. Every, you know, Hispanic person is gonna be this way. Every Black American is gonna be this way. You know, you can't really categorize people. So, and I feel like that happens a lot. A good girlfriend of mine, you guys know, traveling sister, her and her husband Freddie, you know, her and I laugh about these things because we get a lot of people who kind of reflect on our relationships, you know, like her marriage and my marriage, and it's like, I'm gonna come out to Tanzania and get myself a Hope, or I'm gonna come out to Tanzania and get myself a Freddie, and you're setting yourself up for failure just right then and there, because you can have two great men, but they are completely different even though they're both Tanzanian. So first, take that mindset out. Just throw it out. Throw that mindset out. Now, I'm gonna kind of get into my story a little bit and kind of how like Hope and I met and where I was mentally in my first relationship versus this relationship, okay? So I've only ever been in 2 serious relationships in my life, which is my current husband and my ex-fiance, which I have a kid with. So the mindset that I was when I was with my ex, which I'm pretty sure he's gonna watch this video because he watches all my videos, so hey. The mindset that I had back then, first of all, I was a 21-year-old girl. I just got out of college. I did not have any expectations to be in a relationship. I feel like I never do. I'm just not one of those girls or women who is like, I need a man, like I gotta be in a relationship. Like, that's never been me. So every time, I swear, every time like I get into something, it's like, it just happens, okay? And at that time, I had no real experience of relationships. And I never questioned myself about who I was in a relationship and what are some of the things that I need in a relationship, and what are some of the things that make me happy, what are some of the things that don't make me happy. Questions that you should ask yourself before you get in a relationship. However, that wasn't my mindset. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that, it's just not something that I thought about or something that was exposed to me. So when I met this guy, you know, I thought he was, you know, great. I thought he was great. I thought he was, you know, this down-to-earth guy, and, you know, I felt like we had similarities, and, you know, here's one of the things that's different about me now versus then. So you guys, for you guys who've been on my channel a long time, you guys know that I was in foster care. You guys know kind of like that history. And with this guy, he had a fairly rough childhood. He wasn't in foster care, but he did grow up in like the gutter, and he made himself seem like he got out of it, and he was just this wonderful person who got out of it. And unfortunately, this is his family, but you know, that's not who he is. Now, again, let's think about 21-year-old Diamond, okay? Maybe even 20. Was I 20 or 21? Around that. I might have been 20 turning to 21. I don't remember. But it was when I graduated with my bachelor's degree. I think I might have been 20. So yeah, to me, I thought trauma, wow, that's so beautiful. Like, we both got out of our situations and now we can just be this like beautiful couple and all of this stuff. And that's really genuinely what I thought at the age of 21, okay? Now, for a lot of people, yes, that might be great. But you have to understand that people with trauma, especially in their childhoods, carry this weight on them, or they carry this like baggage or whatever it may be. And asking questions would have been smart of me, but I didn't, because again, I didn't know who I was. And this is why I tell you guys, you should know who you are and ask the right questions. When you first meet someone, before you're invested, before you're in love, before you start, because the thing is like once you're in love, yeah, your head is all cloudy and you're all over the place. So before you even get to that level, ask those questions. Ask those questions. How does this affect you? Do you have any trauma? Listen, they might lie, but you know what? It'll come out eventually. How does this affect you? How do you deal with that? Do you still have those type of traumas? You understand what I'm saying? Having those things are so important that I didn't know then, but now I know now, and this is how come I'm in a much healthier relationship. But I didn't know that. So my first advice would be, any guy or any girl, if you're a guy watching this, any girl that you get to know, find out their traumas. Find out how do they deal with their traumas. Find out if they're an African man, let's say a Tanzanian man. Let's be real. A lot of them have a lot of traditional values. For us women, what do you expect of me as a woman? Do you want me to cook and clean every day? Do you want me to, serve you? Do you want me? What are your traditional beliefs? Like, what do you think? And see if that resonates with you. I see so many times where that's my daughter in the back. She's excited. She's playing. So ignore that. I see so many times where you have these situations where you just see a really cute guy or you see a really cute girl, and then you realize like, oh wow, after you get in a relationship, like, oh wow, like I didn't know these things don't sit right with me and all of this stuff. Well, those are questions that you should ask at the beginning, and I'm telling you, as a person who's gone through it, ask those questions. It makes a big difference. Even if they lie, they might sugarcoat a little bit, you will see. Like when I tell you, you will see, okay? So that's the first thing, especially when you're dealing with an African man, because maybe you're a Western person or something like that, or even if you're a different culture than them, you need to know their cultural beliefs. Like for real. I mean, I had a conversation before my husband and I got married. I remember us having a conversation about babies and his cultural beliefs. Like, listen, I need to know what's good. In some cultural beliefs, and Africa, the baby is born and they put cow blood on them. And this is stuff that I need to know before I marry you, because I don't want us to be in a situation where we're now having a baby and I'm not with it and I disrespect your culture. So I need to know if your culture resonates with my culture and if we can make it work. Stop forcing things that doesn't fit. For real, y'all. Like, stop doing that. And I had to tell myself that a long time ago. So that's one of the things. Making sure you ask enough questions. Let me just check my notes. Making sure you ask enough questions, okay? And based off you asking those questions, you will find out how worthy that person is. If that person is worth your time, do it before you catch feelings. Do it on the, a lot of people like to say, oh, you take it slow. You don't want to like bombard them, and you don't want to like, be too aggressive. Forget that, okay? You're not about to waste my time. I'm not about about to be sitting here going on 5-6 dates with you, and then I found out that you think that only, you think that, I don't know, like women can't do certain things and you know what I'm saying? Nah. I need to know ahead of time so that way I can be able to know what I'm dealing with, and then I can decide whether or not I want to continue whatever it is that's happening. You understand what I'm saying? Because it will make a difference whether or not you like the person or you don't like the person. For real, I mean, think about it. How many times did you like a guy, or how many times did you like a girl, and that one thing that came out of her mouth or one thing that came out of his mouth, you're like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Hold on, y'all. I'm pregnant. I need to drink. Apple juice. Ooh. Yes. Okay. Another thing that needs to be, this goes back to expectations, I'm just looking at my notes, is what do you expect of me? If you and I were to get to this next level, what would be your expectations? Okay? If this is such a serious conversation that you need to have, because I feel like the expectations that my ex had for me, it wasn't the expectations that I had for myself. So I either had to meet his expectations and meet his expectations and belittle myself to who I expected myself to be, the diamond that I had been working on for 21 years, or I could either rebel out of the relationship. And you don't want to be put in that situation where, now you have to decide. Just have that conversation about expectations from the beginning of time, because that'll let you know, that'll narrow it down right there. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. This is what you expect of me. This is not who I am. It's not gonna work out. You understand what I'm saying? Definitely, especially if you're an African man and you're dating a Black American or Hispanic or mixed or whatever you are, whatever you guys like to label us. Have those conversations with her. You know why? Because a lot of us are not the same as traditional Tanzanian women, and you need to make sure that that is okay with you. You need to, you need to understand that just because she's from a different place doesn't mean, and she's a woman doesn't mean that she has the same values or she does the same things as Tanzanian women. Have that conversation. Have that conversation. Guys, these are just conversations. And let me tell you something, this is a huge red flag. If having these conversations scares the man away or scares the woman away, that is not the person for you. Take it as a thank you, Jesus, and go. Okay? Absolutely go. Because if we can't even sit down and have a real conversation, then what's the point of us ever being together? What's the point of us being married? What's the point? Conversation is what we have to stay connected. Communication in a relationship is everything. There's nothing more beautiful than being able to have a conversation with your spouse and be able to talk about anything and anyone and just having that freeing conversation. I think it's so beautiful. So definitely have that conversation. We're gonna keep talking about these type of things, and then I'm gonna get into, all right, let's say he passed all of that. Let's say he passed all of that, okay? Let's say he passed all of that, okay? So describe yourself honestly. Be real. Don't sugarcoat anything. Girl, if you know you ain't about to, put on makeup every day, be honest. You know what I'm saying? If you know that you are Christian and maybe he's Islamic, be honest. Unless you're willing to convert or something. If you know that, you want to go to church every Sunday, be honest. Be honest about who you are, your career, your views on if you don't want to get married, be honest. If you don't want children, be honest. Because these are major deal breakers. Be honest with the person that you're with. Just be honest about it, because it's gonna come up later on in the relationship no matter what. And again, you can save yourself all that heartache, all those crimes, all those, you know, all of that stuff if you just be honest from the beginning, or him being honest with you. You guys can just like, okay, no, I think we'll be great friends, but you know, unfortunately, dating wise, like you and I, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Let me see. I talked about the kids. Don't put your eggs in one basket. For real. All right. So let me tell y'all something. All right. When Hope and I first started dating, okay. First of all, if you guys haven't watched the video about how we met, you should. But I'll kind of give a brief thing about how we met. So Hope and I met at a video shoot. A friend of mine basically asked me if he can be in his video, and I was like, at the time, see, people forget, like I swear people forget that I came to Tanzania by myself. Well, not by myself, I came with my daughter, but I didn't know who Hope was. Hope did not exist in my life. He was a complete stranger. I met him after I already got here. So when people say, oh, you can't relate to me because I'm here as a solo person. Sis, I was a solo person too. I just happened to meet a man on the way. Okay? So before I met him, I was completely solo. And even after I met him, I was still solo. I was solo until we got married. So, which was recently. So, anyways. So, what was I saying? So yeah, I'll give you a brief description of how we met. So a friend of mine of a friend. Hold on, y'all. Let me go check on my baby, and then I'm gonna come right back to help you.